With G20 leadership changing every year, and a troika designed to ensure continuity of G20 agendas and actions, understanding this year's summit means examining previous ones. In recent years, consistent agenda items have included sustainable development, inequality and inclusivity, digitization, and the future of work. Let's take a closer look at some of the major events from the previous 3 summits. Climate action was a central topic at the Hamburg G20. In their declaration, G20 leaders committed to transitioning to low greenhouse gas emission energy systems. They expanded on this commitment in the G20 Hamburg Climate and Energy Action Plan for Growth, which established, among other action items and outcomes, a commitment to global energy transition by 2050, the central importance of long-term, low greenhouse gas development strategies in national planning, policymaking, investment, and innovation, and the need to protect vulnerable populations from climate-related impacts and disasters. The Hamburg Summit also took steps to empower the African continent. To increase Africa's ability to shape policy, the Hamburg G20 formed the G20 Compact with Africa. The initiative promotes private investment in Africa, including in infrastructure. It enables African continents to influence these investments in their nations, collaborating with investors and international organizations to make policy decisions. These investments focus on employment, especially for young people, and sustainable infrastructure. Members at the 2018 summit in Argentina also furthered their commitment to sustainable development, with a focus on infrastructure, food security, the future of work, and inclusivity. As these commitments build upon the UN's 2030 Agenda, inclusivity refers both to gender equality, with a focus on non-discrimination, economic empowerment, and girls' education, and balanced, sustainable economic growth in countries at all stages of development. Economic growth can result from transformative technologies. To harness their power, the 2018 G20 endorsed the menu of policy options for the future of work. This framework provides a range of policies that coordinate international efforts and share policy options that will achieve 4 major objectives. Use technology to increase growth and productivity, including closing the technological gap between advanced and emerging economies. Support labor mobility and provide social protections for people during transitional periods, such as retraining for new types of employment. Create more modernized, stronger, and more sustainable tax systems across countries, including appropriate taxation of mobile workers and the digital economy. And ensure that policy-making decisions are based on the best available evidence, created by improved measurement, data sources, and statistical analysis of various economic metrics. International cooperation is key to achieve balanced and inclusive growth, and so the menu goes on to present opportunities for knowledge sharing, coordination, and collaboration on shared goals. The G20 in Osaka further emphasized the role technology and digitalization should play in achieving inclusive and sustainable growth. In addition to climate action and the UN's 2030 Agenda, Japanese Prime Minister Abe outlined priorities for the summit, including promoting infrastructure for development and using science and technology to help address social inequalities. The G20 Osaka Leaders Declaration pushed for leveraging digitalization and emerging technologies, like artificial intelligence, to achieve a human-centered future society. This goal relies on policies that enable the international flow and effective utilization of data. Of course, the success of new technologies depends in part on public trust, and so the leaders proclaimed their support for the sharing of best policy and regulatory practices. At a special event on women's empowerment, Prime Minister Abe emphasized that pursuit of the UN's 2030 agenda would help achieve an inclusive society. Initiatives designed to improve women's labor participation, entrepreneurship, and girls' education were discussed. Many of these themes will continue to be discussed at the 2020 G20 Summit in Riyadh, including sustainable development, clean energy, the future of work, and inclusivity, including female and youth empowerment. Of course, one new theme at the Riyadh Summit will be COVID-19. In March, the Saudi G20 presidency hosted a virtual Extraordinary Leaders Summit to begin coordinating a powerful global response to the health, social, and economic challenges presented by the pandemic. There is no doubt that this will lay a foundation for future G20 summits to further address pandemic preparedness and responses. As the world continues to change, policy recommendations and initiatives will continue to adapt.